Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
And the budget will balance itself.
Do I have to sue CNN?
Legacy doesn't mean nothing. I'm gonna die and it's gonna be over.
It's Hergidius. So let's get on to X here and take a good look at the never-ending retardation that ends up on this site. Although it's not nearly as bad as last year. All of 2025, all 365 days, every 2 out of 3 posts on X were basically bashing and hating Indians. Like viscerally hating Indians. Indians were blamed for fucking everything. People talking about, oh, they smell, they shit outside, they're the reason why I never accomplished anything in life, they're the reason I can't get a job, they're the reason my girlfriend left me, they're the reason I didn't get everything I wanted as a child every single Christmas. I mean, you name it. That was all 2025. But Indians fucking hardened up around September, October. You started seeing a turn from the Indians that are on X, and they started hitting back hard. They started replying to all this garbage, this non-stop hate from basically Western whites with, images of white pedophiles, white rapists, white clergy that assault kids, and you name it. Just started fucking hitting them back, even making fun of Charlie Kirk's death and whatever, right? Because it's the least Indians could do considering the level of degradation that they were facing on X on a daily basis, as some of which has spilled over to real life as well. And Indians just said, fuck it, we're hitting back now. So Indians weathered the storm, they started hitting back hard, and now in February of 2026, it's more like 1 out of every 5 or 6 posts is anti-Indian, which is still a lot, but it's a big improvement over 2025. I think we can all agree on that. A bit of a story of the day on Twitter today seems to be that X will soon let users filter their feed by countries or block out certain countries. So of course people are getting on here saying, oh, block India, we're going to block India. But of course Indians are hitting back, like here, finally the racists will be back to flipping burgers instead of earning from rage-abating Indians here. And there are other like comments with Indians calling out Westerners saying that shit, half of your account's engagement relies on people from India to begin with, so what the fuck are you gonna do by filtering out India? So right here, this homo Matt Forney, who in December posted a reply basically saying there was going to be an Indian genocide inside America, like he knew it as a concrete plan, which is pretty threatening because he was speaking as if he knew it for a fact, and if he knew it for a fact, then why wouldn't he alert authorities as to who was going to do the killings? He's on here just saying it's going to happen, and the only way out of it is for his own solution to be implemented, which would be to physically remove all Indians. So very threatening language from him last December, but here he is posting here. Indians will no longer be able to steal SBA loans and use them to buy up every gas station and motel. Got what I voted for again, because of a report here saying President Trump's Small Business Administration has banned non-citizens from getting SBA loans effective March 1. So I replied here, because I have to get into it, as I am Hergidius. Name one case of an Indian immigrant going to a bank and stealing small business loans at gunpoint. I'll wait. Many Indians are citizens, so they'll continue to do legal business no matter how much it hurts your anus. Get fucked. And let's go through some of my notificaciones here. Let's see. Alright, I added to fucking Myron's list right here. Look at this guy. Okay, so the top 3 most insufferable groups on X. Foundational Black Americans, aka frequently bitching anytime, threaten violence, call you a tether, and behave like primates. Well, to an extent, he is right about that. I mean, American blacks are deeply indoctrinated, and according to countless video after video, they are quite violent as well. So anyway, he says the number 2 group of most insufferable on X are Jewish Zionists, the genocide deniers, always claim victim, get you banned and debanked. Right, because how dare Jewish people or Israelis want to live safely inside their own country in Israel, especially when they weren't even having a military presence in Gaza, and especially since they were actually giving work permits to Gazans to come into Israel, earn good money so they can support their families back home. All betrayed and attacked viciously. in 2023, as we saw. And then he says the number 3 most insufferable group on X are Indians. They get irate when their poor hygiene is made fun of and they mass report you. That's not the issue. We've all seen the visceral daily hatred and denigration of Indians done throughout all of 2025. And, you know, just as people were allowed to use their free speech to criticize Indians nonstop, Indians are allowed to use their free speech to finally fight back. I don't know who made this agreement, which a lot of the Western world believes was in place, that Indians would never speak for themselves or hit back like they have on X. And of course, I extended his list. I said it should be a top 5 and include the white race, who are champions of fentanyl addictions, transgenderism, and mass violence, as shown recently in the BC school shooting, are just as bad. And number 5, also insufferable, bloodthirsty Palestine protesters are among the worst all day. And I just got a like on a comment here. What was this about? I got 7 likes here. Oh yeah, this other cocksucker here, Corey J. Maller. You do not hate Indians enough. And he's replying to this post about some fucking guy saying we can send 2 million people to each Western country and still 1.4 billion left at home. We'll take over jobs. How is this government influence make India policies? Just wait and see what's coming. And I just replied, there was bound to be a visceral reaction from raging hate spewed on Indians by your race every day of 2025. And now you're going to be made sorry and displaced. You know, just gotta be blunt about it at this point. So, you know, just get ready to be fucking rolled over. I got 30 likes on this bitch. Check out this comment. Yeah, check out this fucking comment here. So the post was deleted by the author. Anyways, it was this Middle Eastern chick. I think she was Middle Eastern. I don't know. She's a Canadian citizen. She traveled to France and was displaying her Canadian passport. And she was saying that it was like a border guard there was happy to see, maybe considered Canada a cool place to be. And I just replied, well, Canada has been a dying corpse, continually getting pummeled under 10 plus years of Liberal Party leadership. I got 32 likes and 5 comments. Oh, because of people like you. No shit, you're here. Alright, horse shit. As if I haven't shit on his sister. Since 71, when we let the floodgates open to third world garbage. So, of course, yeah, it said 5 replies. I only see 4 here. Oh, there's one more probable spam. Hit me with it, baby. Yeah, it's that Tyler Cocksucker's video where he found a fringe, superstitious, fucking extremist Hindu group somewhere deep in South India throwing cow dung at each other. Of course. So I think a couple of these might actually be liberals who are proud of the liberal leadership in Canada, and they hit me based on my race. And some are just woke right faggots. But either way, I got 32 likes. Keep crying, you cunts. So let's go back here. I mean, it's true. PVD did a sit down with Alex Jones, and Alex Jones posted this clip here. Canada trans shooter devolved from youth to mass murder. From youth to mass murder, suicide pills, from using mass murder. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. He's just fat and stupid at this point. Anyways, this is the 18-year-old white male who shot and killed a bunch of kids in rural British Columbia. And I just added, above all else, this ruthless, twisted shooter was a gender-confused white male. Another one on a long list. And it's true. White people have completely failed themselves and their children and are causing extreme damage at this point, and they need to be held accountable for that. And here's Kungmin Lee, this South Korean fucking American bootlicker. He posted, this is what happens when you let foreigners take over your tech companies. And he posted this picture of this Neil Mohan guy, who's the YouTube CEO, and he took down a video of what's called Canada's Indian Invasion by Tyler Oliveira. I mean, Tyler Oliveira has a thumbnail of a Tim Hortons in Canada with a bunch of garbage outside it, but if you live in Canada, you know that the only ones throwing garbage outside of Tim Hortons or gas stations are white Eurostock Canadian fentanyl addicts, not the Indians. Canada has instituted a policy of mass migration since 2015, which has involved a lot of Indians, mostly from the state of Punjab, and it should have never done that because there was no reason for mass immigration. Right, but that's what liberal ideology and extremism are brought to Canada as soon as they took power in 2015. So, anyways, I replied to Kungmin saying, always looking for an opportunity to impress your masters, aren't you, you little Korean dog? What is Woke Maga's favorite dog? Of course, it's a Korean. More and more people are seeing this. I mean, Koreans actually have been a vassal colonized state of America ever since the end of the Korean War in the 1950s, even though they were never actually at a war against the USA like Japan was. And let's see, I got a couple of replies. You're Indian, that's all you'll ever be. Koreans are top tier. Indians are subhuman. And I don't know, this guy was blocked. Anyways, I got 28 likes. Motherfuckers who agree with me. Wait, this guy got a reply here after he called me Indian. What was the reply? RV Roy said, "You are a loser. In your mom's basement. Jobless. Nigga." Oh, this one. You guys gotta read this one here. Vegetarianism. Okay, yeah. So this is about fucking vegetarian. One of the downsides of fucking Indians is they're so prone to vegetarianism, and they don't realize that vegetarianism is basically like a cancer at this point. So let's take a look at this topic here. So this Indian bitch right here. Let's go to her fucking profile. Mona Chandelier. So let's go to her post here. So she was like, outside India, at most places, vegetarians are treated like second-class citizens. They don't even bother creating proper vegetarian food items. At McDonald's in India, the veg burgers are so good, and the other veg options are great too. In the Netherlands, McDonald's gives you cheese sliced between two buns in the name of a vegetarian option. They don't even add vegetables. So I replied, vegetarianism as a concept needs to die. Indians can look at themselves or relatives over 35 or 40. All the men have low-hanging stomachs in front of them with ultra-skinny arms, and the women are obese and gross. Indians don't even care to eat the vegetables high in vitamins or minerals because they don't taste good. I say no to chaat and pakora bodies and no to vegetarianism. And this is true. Back a century ago or so, when the vast majority of Indians were agricultural, just eating some carbs or even low nutrition or empty carbs, you could pull that off because you're just physically working all day long in one way or another. But in today's society, even in India, that's not so much the case anymore. That's why we need more protein, because protein by itself accelerates your metabolism. It burns fat. It helps you build muscle, and just the existence of muscle on your body burns fat. Yeah, okay, there's this Indian woman. So this is her on the left in today, 2026, and that's her on the right in 1978. So I took another dig at Indian vegetarianism here. Unfortunately, age is a very big factor in this case. This is Kalpana Iyer, who was India's Miss World contestant in 1978. Even though aging plays a role, it can be mitigated to a large extent by diet and exercise. In this case, it seems like a lifetime of low-nutrition vegetarian diet of dal, potato, chapati, biscuit, chaat, and so on has had a very negative effect. It's time for Indians to ditch vegetarianism and embrace protein and iron-rich foods. And when they do eat veg, actually care to know if their food has vitamins and minerals. So here we can take a look at the deterioration in this woman after a lifetime of low nutrition, empty carbs. Here she is dancing to an old song that she danced to in her youth. Well, obviously she was smoking back in the day, but based on a poor vegetarian diet, the body can only hold that form for so long. A good point of basically leaving vegetarianism behind is to see women in the entertainment industry in America, for example, many of who reach into their mid-30s, even 40s, and you can look at Jennifer Lopez, for example, 50 years old, still with hard bodies and in great shape, thanks to protein. Speaking of trash, take a look at this bitch here, Blonde Bigot. Blonde Bigot 11's her handle. Apparently X is allowing users to filter content by country soon. Which country will you be blocking first, and why did you choose India? Then says I would rather filter by nationality. Then says it's been a slow grind of daily shit posting, but I finally hit 55,000. Thanks, India. So why would you filter? Why would you filter India if it's because of them that you're at 55,000 followers? Let's see who's fucking following her from my list. It says gov.exe and Siddharth. Siddharth is following this bitch, eh? I guess you gotta keep an eye on your enemies. Let's see. Pretty sure. Yeah, I replied to this one. Yo, which country will you be blocking first, and why did you choose India? And here I am right here. I'm choosing India because I'm a weak, woke, right, transgender, pro-censorship cunt, even though I spent years advocating for free speech before 2025. There you go. There you fucking go. There you fucking... What else we got going here? There's this motherfucking, there's this Chinese girl who lives in the UK. I like checking her stuff out. Michelle something. There she is, Michelle. So she posted this, or replied to this. Ted Cruz says the Chinese Communist Party is evil and oppressive. America needs a comprehensive strategy to prevail over China, just like we did with the Soviet Union. And she replies, and your government is run by pedophiles. Just saying. She's basically a fierce defender of China, the next president of China. And here she is. This is AI pictures of herself. But here she is with the president right there. Go down. Happy Valentine's Day, comrades. Oh, she's 8 hours ahead, so I guess it is Valentine's Day there. She's based in the UK. Here she is with President Xi in San Francisco in 1985. She's been around a while. Here's a headline here. It says, America and China at the edge of ruin. She's like, America's at the edge of ruin because it's run by billionaire pedophiles. Please don't drag China into your mess. Me counting the cost of all the great things achieved by China. The cost of, eh? Well, the videos coming out of China today are pretty damn impressive. Apparently, it seems to me that China is already in the 22nd century, at least 50 years ahead of America, and 100 years ahead of most other countries. So before we wrap up, let's see what's happening elsewhere on X today. Here's a story, a bit of a crime story here involving an 18-year-old. Well, actually, it was a group of panics who lured some kid to a desert and then killed him. So let's just watch this right here.
Right here, put that stuff down real quick. We'll take care of everything. Don't you know?
Can someone help me out, please? I'm help here.
She used her looks as a weapon. 18-year-old Mariana lured a boy on a fake date via social media, leading him straight into a deadly desert ambush. He wanted a romance. She gave him an execution.
All right, so you are under arrest. Okay. You have a warrant for first-degree murder, kidnapping, robbery, conspiracy, and tampering with evidence.
Can you explain all that to me?
Sure. So first-degree murder. I know you didn't pull the trigger, but you were an active participant. Okay. There's really no justification. There isn't.
Do you know how long I'll be in there for?
That's a tough question. And to do something like this was just insane.
I don't know, I have a lot of anxiety.
Mariana was sentenced to 19 and a half years. Dominic got 22 years. Daniel is awaiting trial and faces life in prison.
So this bitch had a lot of anxiety, so she needed to team up with 2 shitbags to lure an innocent kid to a desert and kill him. Like, what the fuck? Moving on. What do we got here? Fight! When will these youngsters learn that grown man's strength is real? Oh, let's see. When will they learn? Yeah, dog. Well, you can clearly see Tony ain't messing around these days. What do you got going on here? I'll just pause the video. A Chinese man bought a phone for his wife on installment, and when she didn't like it, she decided to secretly sell it behind his back. So she went to the shopping centers to sell it, but her husband quickly found out. He then carried her like this and took her out of the mall. He just picked the bitch up and said, nope, this is already costing me, and you're not gonna fuck around and just try to get rid of it. Ungrateful bitches of all races these days, I tell you. Saying, nope, we're going. That's it. You're not selling shit today. You ain't selling shit today, bitch. You're gonna enjoy this fucking phone, or you're not gonna have a phone. Take that ungrateful bitch with you. Drag her fucking ass. Drag her fucking ass, son. Right out the fucking door. Down like 3 escalators right out the fucking door. Bitch is sliding all over the place. Damn, China is nice these days, eh? Fucking, even the outdoors are like nicely tiled. Look at that shit. Done yet. Drag her ass, son. Drag her ass. When the Chinese put their mind to something, anything's possible, son. Anything's possible. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll hump ya next time.